moving on to a little bit of painting. Figured I'd start with the visor before anything. That way, if I mess it up or whatever, I can always redo this. It's just sanded down with 400 grit the best I could. I'm gonna go ahead and primer all these open aluminum spots. And I went to CarQuest. Cheap gun with a regulator, cheap little hopper on it, and some wax and grease remover, self-etching primer, and here we got our paint, which we are going with a single stage and Ford black. So that's what we're going with. And we got some hardener, or this is an activator. Hardener is right here. So I really don't get much of this, but all I know it's a 6 to 1 ratio, which I'll figure out here in a bit. Well, yeah, see if this gun does the job. If not, then we'll have to go get something a little beefier. All right, I got 2 coats of primer on here now. Just gonna let it sit for a little more. And I got a little spreadsheet that told me run, 50 to 60 psi, and 1.3 to 1.7 tip. So I've never done this. Pretty sure someone's gonna find some of this stuff funny, or I might be doing it right. I don't know, but we'll see how this goes, and we'll learn from our mistakes. Alright, brought this into my garage so it can dry a little bit where it's not too dusty. Not really happy with it. It came out with way too much orange peel and it's not as shiny. Still not too bad. I'm not gonna redo it just because, oh, I got a hair. Gotta watch out for them hairs. But that's why I decided to start with the visor. That way I don't make the same mistake on like the sleeper, per se. This old compressor I'm running, I figured there's probably oil and water in it, so for tomorrow I'll be running a filter on my gun, going around with wax and grease remover on the sleeper. Everything's taped off. Let's see, and I'm gonna use a finer tip as well, so instead of the 1.7 I'll use the 1.4, and we'll see how that does, because we're talking about the sleeper. I'll be looking at it every time, and I want to make sure it looks all right. So but yeah, we've got it all taped off, and what I'll do today is clean her all up and hit the spots with the bare aluminum spots with primer, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish it up and see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'll do another walk around when once I clean it with the greaser. Got a tarp under here. I swept the floor first just to make sure I don't kick any dust up, and that's that, folks. Alright, quick little walk around before I start spraying. This primer is fresh, and I did use self-etching primer. I don't even know the difference between actual primer and self-etching primer, but it's what I was told to use. So all bare aluminum, spots were primered, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start mixing my paint. About 30 minutes after drying. Yes, I know there's a dent there. That's gonna get covered by the stack. So I use self-etching primer on this whole side, and then I used another primer on the other side, which messed it up for me. I'm sure you can tell these lines there, right there. Regardless, this side isn't as pretty, and this is the primer I used, and I guess it wasn't very good, because you can see where I primed all the rivets. So with 3 layers of paint on this thing, I had no choice but to get this sandblasted as well. The hood's alright, and the fenders, those are the fresh coat on that, so it's not too thick. It was just real tough to get around all the rivets. This is fiberglass, the rest of the truck is aluminum. And the tanks as well. So it's all ready to go. Just need to get primered.